episode of Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's going on?
Way too much. I don't even know where to start for this, so we'll just dive into a thank you. Thank you for having us.
No, dude, I'm excited you guys are here.
And
where are we?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding.
And we will. I'm not even supposed to be here, so we'll start with
Me either.
we'll start with titles, brands. Literally, there's so many things that can be covered. I'm sure we're going to touch on a lot, but we'll start. What's your name? We'll start there.
All right, my name is Ryan Kanowski. You know, coming up on my favorite holiday, Dingus Day. So, got to shout out my Polish friends.
There it is.
Yeah.
What are you well known as?
DJ RanKan, I think, is what most people would know me as, RanKan.
Obviously, the source of that name is pretty easy, Ryan Kanowski. But did that come up in how did that start?
Shout out Mama K.
Nice.
All right, so growing up, I had a long stone driveway. All my friends had high-speed internet. My parents could not afford to dig the line to put high-speed internet in my house. So finally one day when I got home, I had high-speed internet. My mom made my email address, rankan@roadrunner.com.
Nice.
And it was just like, it just kind of stuck. My mom was Pat Can, my dad was San Can. So like that was like the family name. And it just stuck. RanKan stuck. So roadrunner.com. I dropped that though. I'm on to bigger and better things.
Were you ever thinking about doing a different DJ name, or was it always going to be
No,
RanKan?
dude, you know why? Because like at that time, I wasn't thinking about being a DJ. And I just liked RanKan. And when I had an interest in, I've always had an interest in music. Dude, I was that nerd in high school. Like let me just say that, like drama club, last picked in gym class. I tried bowling for like one season and couldn't get over 100. So like, I just was that kind of guy, and I just loved music. I think that's why I was drawn to drama club, right? Because like musicals and stuff like that. So, but then, you know, music club with Jeff Toy, big shout out, Toy Brothers Entertainment. Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, it changed my life from that moment. So
What was the original inspiration before that club with music, DJing specifically? Was it, I don't know, when was the first time you heard EDM? Not that, but like, where did all of it really originate?
You know, I don't think it was like a outside influence. I think it was more internally. Like my grandfather growing up, he had a room where he used to smoke cigarettes, and he would just play his guitar all the time, right? And my uncle, Kenny Kanowski, he moved away from Buffalo to California, and he became an absolute rock star. And I mean, like, legitimately, he's inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Hard Rock Hall of Fame. He played in a band called Steel Heart. He wrote the music for the movie Rockstar with Jennifer Aniston and Mark Wahlberg over there. So that movie,
That's sick.
dude, he was incredible. He was like a legitimate rock star. And I think that's where the musical influence came in my life, just watching kind of my family do cool shit. And I just was always drawn to music. Dude, I was a terrible student in high school. So like I knew I didn't have a shot. I got denied to Buff State. I like barely skirted my way into ECC, which I ended up dropping out of after a semester anyway. And music was always just my jam.
Because you DJ'd school dances and stuff like that too. Is that kind of
Yeah.
what was the...
A lot.
Yeah. That was kind of the gateway drug for you?
Dude, it was, the gateway drug for me was my old dusty Mac computer on iTunes in the school cafeteria. That was my gateway drug, you know. And then, but really like doing the high school dances. And then during that one semester, I knew I needed to go to school for at least a semester. I had to figure out how to get into college. I had to bribe ECC to take me. Like I was that bad of a shit student. So when I finally got into college, I knew I had my in to the radio station because I was going to get an internship. And I was dead set on getting an internship, but they wouldn't take you unless you were a college student. So I went to KISS 98.5 for my internship. I did my semester internship. It ended. I kept going. I kept showing up, and Sue O'Neill, big shout out, Mama Sue, she was like, honey, your internship's over. I'm like, can you just tell me to do anything? I'll go get coffee. I'll go do whatever. I kept showing up. And one day she was like, 30 days, we're going to give you a radio show. And that was really the turning point of my music career, being, you know, a high school DJ. And then obviously there was the iTeen era, which is a conversation all on its own. And then the 8-year radio on Kiss 98.5 stint that I did, which was a huge kickoff for me.
What did you go to college for? Was it like communications or something?
Dude,
like
I spun the wheel, bro. Like I was like, I loved business too. So like business was always my jam. So I was like, I'm going to go for a business degree, dude. And I could not pass anything. Like I could not pass accounting to save my life. So I switched my major. I was like, one weekend, I was like, dude, I can't do this shit. So, and then I went for broadcasting. And then I found out that in the real world, even with a broadcasting degree, you still have to take accounting for some reason. And yeah, I ended up dropping out.
What was the Kiss era like? Because I remember hearing you on the radio, and it was just a staple. It's like, oh, okay, RanKan's doing his thing.
Inside
like,
Dragonfly.
right?
Yeah, so, you can hear it.
Oh yeah.
But what was that like? Because that's not easy work.
No, it wasn't. You know what it was too? Like I was young. Like I was like the youngest on-air talent that I think that they ever hired. So when I started, I was scared because I was like around everybody that we grew up listening to. And these people are some of my greatest friends now, like Shy Guy Sean, Miguel, DJ Anthony. Like we're all super tight. But imagine me, 18 years old, walking into the studio and I'm with these people and they're looking at me like, who is this little kid? Like whatever, you know what I mean? So there's definitely a hierarchy there. In the very beginning, radio was badass. And I am unemployable. So let me just put that out there to just start. The fact that I made it 8 years at a corporate company is insane. I actually I didn't even get let go from Kiss. I got released of duty because I never filed a timesheet to get paid. So I literally Z'd out in their system that I wasn't an employee anymore. And even after that happened, they told me, they're like, you can still come around. I'm like, yeah, I'm not leaving. So it's like, I'm not in this to really get paid anyway. I was doing great outside of the radio station. I just loved radio. And
what about it did you love? Because there's an element of, okay, what's the next song?
There is, but like, I wasn't even able to pick the songs. So
because it was all requests?
You're laughing about. No, it's programmed. There's a music programmer that programs the radio station songs in order. So like, there's A records, B records, gold records, and it's all pre-programmed. And I know that, let's just say this Kanye West song has a 13-second intro on it. I can talk for 13 seconds. Or I can do a music break before weather or, you know, a break before I go to commercials. But it was programmed to the point where I didn't have free reign. It was never like that.
So you're more of like an on-air personality rather than a radio DJ. Okay.
Exactly. Like I never really got to play music on the radio. I played the radio station's music and talked on the radio.
Which is funny because right now I feel like looking back on it, did that not bug you, but like, let me play some music. Let me actually get into what I want to play next instead of just selecting from a pre-selected list.
You have no idea how much it bugged me. Like I wanted to play a party set every single time I was on the air. And what I loved about it the most was, I mean, we're talking about back in the day when people really listened to the radio. I mean, there were people that would sit around their radio in their bedrooms and listen to Kiss 98.5 and wait to be caller number 98. And now it's how many people are really listening to the radio. I'm still a radio diehard, but I think that the reality of it is that there's so many other ways to get content. So I think I got out of radio at the perfect time to pivot into something else. My whole career has always been pivoting at the right time.
Sure.
Can you quickly break down the difference between a producer that DJs and a DJ?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, by the way. So producers have ideas and thoughts, musical melodies in their head, and then they create them from samples and stems in production. In a DAW, it's called a DAW, and they make sounds. You know, they make songs. A producer can also bootleg a song, remix a song, and turn it into something of their own, like Alesso and Steve Aoki. They make remixes to some of the most popular music that you hear, and then they go play it in Vegas. They're all producing those songs. A DJ plays other people's music. I think that's the most easiest way to say it.
And it's in an organized manner, because I feel like there's a huge misconception in the industry where people go to a wedding and they're like, oh, it's a DJ. He can just mix this and like come up with his own thing. It's like, that's not really how that works. Or they'll request a song at a completely different beats per minute than what
Dude,
they've been playing.
That is the pet peeve. Yeah. So like, I mean, you're playing Back That Ass Up by Juvenile at 98 BPM. Somebody comes over, they want Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, I mean, you have two different types of DJs. You have the DJ that's going to slam that record in, and it's probably going to sound like shoes in a dryer, or you got the DJ that knows how to transition up to that next song. So, I mean, there are things that we build in production. So, I mean, being a producer is something I also do. I have transitions and segues, and I have DJ tools that I've made to help me get to different areas in the music world, I guess you call it.
Like
to
the
navigate.
bridge?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You know, acapella loops that transition from 100 beats per minute to 128, and you can blend and you know, bridge that gap with large scale of BPM differences.
Do you, being a producer that gets paid from this, do you have to license any of this music? Or I guess, how does that work if you're using other people's music?
So that's where I think I differentiate myself. I do not want to be a famous producer. I don't put my music out. It's not on Spotify. It's not on iTunes. I don't want, I could care less if I made money from it. And people ask me all the time, like, I'll go play an event. I just played a 20,000 person event for O'Reilly Auto Parts. People are like, where can we get your music? And I have to break it to them that like the music's not out on the internet for them to get. And for what I do, like, I'm very corporate focused in my DJ world right now. I like that because people can't get me without me being there.
Sure, that's fair.
You know? And like for these registration events, I mean, you're thinking about thousands of attendees coming in to register for this event that they're at. People can take my mixes and play them in the registration area, or they can have me be there live. And I would rather that. So I think that it was a choice for me to not put a lot out.
Sure, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Because you weren't always a corporate DJ. Did you do weddings at some point? Like, I guess, what was your progression
Yeah.
up to now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right. So you leave 98.5
Yep.
ish, kind of leave. You just
I never really left.
yeah, right. So you,
still
so you
there.
pivot from there and then into
I just
what?
live there. So even through Kiss 98.5, I was doing weddings. You know, I was working as a mobile jock, doing weddings on the weekends. I would do a wedding till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and then I would drive to Mojo's. I would play Mojo's till 4 o'clock in the morning. I would play bars downtown. I had a residency at almost every single nightclub that you can think of downtown, on Chippewa, Elmwood. I mean, you name it, I've played there. And I think that the transition happened when I started looking forward. I've always been a backwards thinker. I'm like, what do I want to have, right? Like, what's my end goal? And how can I get there? And I realized that if I stayed in the nightclub scene for so long, if I stayed in radio for so long, I would just end up ultimately having the same things that people had in that world. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a 40-year-old nightclub DJ. It just wasn't in my cards. I really liked business, and I loved putting on shows. So I tried to put on a concert of my own, and we rented Town Ballroom, and it was amazing. But I didn't want to pay the room rental. I didn't want to pay the security. So we ended up opening up our own music venue, and that was downtown on Chippewa. We're like, let's just rent this space and open it. So then we started doing a ton of shows. I had Morgan Wallen play there.
That's wild.
It's insane. And it sold 46 tickets. And it's like, this is mind-blowing things. Like, we've had people before we knew they were going to blow up. Like, we're tied into the record reps. We know who's up and coming. So we route these people in to do shows. And some of them pop off, and some of them are like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
Well, that dude was Morgan Wallen. He played downtown at a show I did. It's like, y'all missed it, right?
That's wild.
Yeah, so, I mean, the pivot happened, I guess to answer your question, just to go full circle here, the pivot happened with the realization that, like, I don't want to be in the bar business. As a DJ, I ended up owning bars, and I never wanted to own another bar again, and now I have another one.
Yeah.
Which we'll definitely get to.
We'll get into that for sure.
So, DJing for weddings, do you want to shout out who you were DJing for?
Yeah, dude, definitely. I mean, Jeff Toy, he changed my life. So Toy Brothers Entertainment, one of the best mobile entertainment companies, probably the best mobile entertainment company in Buffalo, New York. Photo booths, they specialize in everything. However, he set it off for me. Like, people watching this are going to remember Midwinter Bash. Okay, they're going to remember the Midsummer Bash. And we had Big Black there from Robin Big MTV show. You know, like we had all the MTV Real World Road Rules Challenge stars in, and dude, we had like 8,000 high school kids at these parties we were doing. And this is where I learned the industry. Like we learned show production together going into these events with Toy Bros. So he deserves a ton of credit for bringing me up.
It is very interesting because you talk about you are kind of a guy that's been transitioning at the right time to like do something else, and you've been a victim of opportunity in some situations.
Yeah.
I feel like that's our generation, because our generation has seen so much change that the people that are able to pivot are the ones that are normally successful, because they're like, weddings are either oversaturated or there's already a big player there. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be in the bar scene for a while, so let me transition to something else. And I think that just is very good for our generation to recognize, because there's been so much change.
I agree with that. I also think too, though, that there's industries that, like, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking about opening up a mobile entertainment company, or you're thinking about becoming a DJ, I think DJing is one of the most saturated markets right now. I mean, you can go to Guitar Center for $199, get yourself a Mix Track Pro and start DJing in your mom's basement. Like, you can do that. And like, some of the greatest DJs I know started that exact same way. But I really think that there's room in the space still to this day. So, I mean, if you're thinking about being a DJ, I think you should do it. I think you should go for it and stay consistent. Same thing with mobile entertainment companies, photo booth companies. I mean, people get married every single year.
Yeah.
It's like,
Was that the same mentality that you had with the bars that you did with DJing, where you were like, you don't want to be a DJ going forward, and you kind of saw corporate events blowing up? Or I guess, what was the transition from DJing weddings to corporate events like?
So I will make a long story short.
We got the time, brother.
Dude, if we have the time, let's get into it. So
Yeah.
I loved business. Like, I always loved business. I wanted to make money. I wanted to fail. I wanted to learn. And I dropped out of college. I asked my business professor, you know, what businesses do you own? He told me he's never owned a business before. I'm like, okay, how am I going to learn how to run business from a guy that never owned business? I'm switching my thing to communications. I'm going to go get the internship. And when I dropped out, I was like, how can I get closer to music? So I found a trade school. My mom and my dad were very, very strict on me. They're like, you need to learn a trade. So I went to a school in Toronto called Mobile Dynamics, and I learned how to do 12-volt audio applications, like custom sound system installs, remote car starters. Remember the era of like having the bass in the truck and the rims, dude? Like, that was my world. And like, I opened up a business called Twisted Customs on Transit Road, and I did remote car starter installs. I did custom sound installs. And that was how I bridged the gap from still being a DJ, still working for Toy Bros, still working for the radio station, and having a business that was entwined with music still, because I was building badass sound systems. And dude, I built this pickup truck that had a DJ booth in the back of it. All right. It was called the Ran Slammed pickup. It was an S10.
You're like the local Pimp My Rides
dude,
exhibit.
I was pimping people's rides, bro. Yo, in Depew High School, bro, these kids would drive down from Transit Road. I'd be putting bass in the back of these kids' cars like nonstop. It was crazy. Getting off topic, but I opened up Twisted Customs. Hated doing remote car starters. Ended up failing. Couldn't pay rent. Like, I wasn't making enough money, and we ended up having to close. So I think that was my first stab at like the business world, like trying to do something else. And I just kept throwing shit at the wall to see what stuck after that.
How did you, like, not to get to the personal aspect of it, but how did you handle failing? Because I feel like people don't fail enough, and they just expect to succeed, and that's how you don't grow. So how did you deal with that?
Literally, failing's not easy, dude. Like it's really not. Like, and you have to get, you know, some rhino skin. I think the biggest thing is like personal development, and this is exactly what brought me to the corporate DJing world, because I started doing a ton of personal development. Have you guys ever heard of Gary Vaynerchuk?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's like one of my favorite online influencers, and he teaches you how to have rhino skin and to you just, you know, not care. The internet's a wild place.
Right.
So I started watching him and, you know, reading books like Rich Dad Poor Dad and reading Robert Kiyosaki books, and like, and doing the personal development is where I got the rhino skin, where I'm just like, dude, if I'm going to fail at this, I'm going to fail, and I'm going to learn from the failure. And I did fail, and I learned from it. But what happened in that time I'm a firm believer that like when one door closes, like the next one opens. You know what I mean? Like everything happens for a reason. So I DJ'd a wedding. I had all my DJ gear in the back of my truck. I drove to Columbus, Ohio. I bought a VIP ticket to go see Gary Vaynerchuk speak. It was a 100-person VIP after party. He was going to come and do a meet and greet. I'm there at the meet and greet. There's a DJ booth set up in the corner. No DJ.
Oh, that's sick.
Dude, the DJ never showed up. And there was a woman with like a headset on. She was panicking. And I went up to her. I'm like, hey, this is what I do. I DJ for iTeen. I like work in the radio station. And, I just came here from DJing a wedding. I'm like, I have my stuff in the back of my truck. Can I help you? And like the courage, dude, if I never said that to that woman, like we wouldn't be sitting at my bar right now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And that woman happened to be this woman named Shelly Rojas from Success Magazine. And I smashed the after party, and she was like, you did a great job. She's like, can you come to San Diego in 2 weeks and do this again for us? And that was the woman that kicked off my entire corporate DJ career.
Damn. That is such a good story, man.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, because you have to make that leap. If you don't get anywhere.
Right. And that's what I think that's my message right now. Like if you're listening to this and you're scared, like one of the biggest realities that you have in life that you need to realize like today, like time is a thief. Mm-hmm. And it's harsh when I say this to people, but like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And I think that you need to decide what you want in life and figure out how to get it, think backwards, what steps you can do there. And if you're scared to take that jump, dude, you gotta freaking just do it, dude. Mm-hmm. You gotta go all in. And you cannot be afraid to fail. It's scary, dude. Yeah. It's scary. Like you're leveraging money. You got savings. I understand like financial pressure, the world, everything's expensive right now. But like if you really want to make something work, fucking do it, dude. Just get into it and dive into it. Have your support system help you out and go for it.
And you can't be afraid to mess up either. One of my perfect sayings is like, don't let perfect be the enemy of good, because the longer that you prolong doing something because you need it to be perfect, you missed out on all this opportunity. We talk about that all the time of like, let's just launch this. Let's just do this right now, because the first thing that you put out is never going to be good. I'm sure the first DJ set that you did wasn't great looking back on it, but if you never started that because you were looking for perfection, you wouldn't be here where you are. So what was that first DJ experience like?
Dude, not even the first DJ experience. Like DJing was cool. My first awful experience was radio. Like I remember shaking in my boots about to hit that red button in the Kiss 98.5 studio to turn that on-air light on, and the entire city was gonna hear me because like it was hot. The radio was hot, dude. Yeah. And like I turned it on, I was watching the clock, it was like Kiss 98.5, and I was like, this is DJ RanKan, you're listening to Kiss 98.5, and I turned it off. Dude, my phone blew up, dude. My mom's calling me. She's like, you sounded great, honey. I'm like, I sounded like shit. I was like crying, dude. My friends were like blowing me out. They're like, we heard you. I'm like, I'm never doing this again. It's like, yeah. Dude.
Did you like the sound of your voice?
I still don't like the sound of my voice, dude. I hate it. I feel like I sound high pitch. I feel it's just, it's my voice. It's what I was given. So I've learned to just accept it, but I hate listening to it.
It's so funny because the first episode that we ever did, we had somebody comment on the first episode that we did, and I listened to it and I'm like, this is absolutely I mean, these still aren't good, but whatever. I listened to it. I'm like, we don't even sound like we do now.
Well, no, we don't. We literally don't. Things are much more structured. We have lights. Like we don't have a smoke detector beeping in the background.
Very nice lights, by the way.
Thank you. That we turned into an inside joke with the smoke detector beeping, but
it was my Fios, bro. My Fios internet.
Oh yeah, the Fios internet.
Oh, yeah.
But we literally we just do it. So okay, we're going to do a small business podcast idea. COVID.
Smash, dude.
What awesome.
Yeah,
just
dude.
Knocked it out of the park. And then the whole world shut down, but we never stopped. And now
that's the consistency I'm talking about,
like
right?
You just don't stop. And then now we're 7 years in, and now it's like people reach out to us, and we basically are at the point where we can say yay or nay. It's insane.
Yeah.
I love that for you guys. And that's what it is. Like you get better 1% a day, right? You keep trying and you suck until you don't. So, yeah, I think if you start anything, you suck at it. You pick up a guitar, you suck at it. Do you pick up DJ and you suck at it.
Right.
So,
What is, excuse me, what
since we're doing that,
what are some of your, for corporate DJing events, do you pull from the industry to kind of get better? Or is it just kind of,
No.
you vibe throughout the events and it's very
dude,
piecemealed?
I'm going to say this humbly. Like, I love humbleness. Okay. Listeners are going to listen to me say this. They're going to say I'm not humble, but I'm saying this in all humbleness, and I've worked very hard to get here. I think I am the greatest corporate entertainer in the world. And I don't necessarily pull from other people in the industry because I don't think that there's anybody else doing what I'm doing.
So what do you do differently? What makes you the best?
So there's a massive gap in corporate convention needs. And I realized this from doing events. There's nobody coming in building soundscapes for large companies. And not only that, I mean, you put me in any production company, whether it be a production company from Salt Lake City or a production company in Prague in Europe. And this is worldwide. This is a problem, by the way. Things fail during the show, whether it be a video playback that doesn't play, or the show caller backstage makes a wrong call, or the stage manager can't find the next speaker that's going to come on stage. Now, I need to build an image for you guys because people listening probably don't understand what this is like. I'm in an arena with 10 to 20,000 attendees for large-scale corporate clients. O'Reilly Auto Parts just happened a couple weeks ago, 20,000 people there. It was every manager in North America and Canada and Mexico. And they all come to learn about the company. And then I'm there on stage to drive the show. I'm bringing up the owners, the CFOs, the chief marketing officers. I'm playing a 30-minute to 1 hour door set as people come in, being very interactive, shouting out regions. Like, it never really existed prior to that. There was just music playing in the background. And then say a video doesn't play. Well, I have curated like 12 energy breaks, like a dozen different energy breaks where I can go on stage and I can execute an energy break where the crowd wouldn't know that something was happening backstage. You know what I mean? Like, these are large scale productions and it looks like nothing went wrong. So it's really cool. I do all the onstage VOGs. VOG is like a voice of God intro. And I do all the sound curation. I'm on all the creative calls for these companies. And PowerPoint sound effects, after parties, pre-parties, welcome dinners, incentivized trips, everything like that.
That's awesome because I didn't know that. I thought that you were just like playing Never Gonna Give You Up while people are just walking in, but you are legitimately running the event.
Yes.
Which that's awesome. That's really sweet.
It's like an MC on roids.
Literally, dude. And that's what it is. I mean, I am emceeing the event. I'm doing all the onstage introductions, all the stinger music I call for walk on, walk off. I'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome your chief marketing officer, Mark Patterson. And I'll play him on stage. And he'll have a song he'll want, and I'm in creative calls, building the show flow, making sure that if he's going to launch a product, the soundscape for the product matches his vibe and his PowerPoint presentation. Like, it's very in-depth.
That's incredible because a lot of times you get their internal teams, and obviously no shade on them because they're doing the best that they can because you got to start somewhere. But a lot of those people don't have the energy to entertain 20,000 people.
They don't have the energy, but they also want to hire a professional to help them build their soundscape. Like, this is what was lacking in the commercial space. It's like you hire a great events team, right? You have somebody that can do all the arbitration for the hotel rooms. You can do all the flights, book the production company, all this. It's like, where's the person that curates the sounds? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it just never really existed. It was like, we're going to play Never Give You Up by Rick Astley and I don't know, Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
It's like people were playing music for people to walk on stage to off of an iTunes computer. Like, we started Radio Club like back in the day.
That's insane. So that all happened because of that Gary meeting?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I know.
So when you had that, and she's like, "Come out to San Diego." Yeah, right. Seriously, we just talked to a moose upstairs.
He's actually not kidding.
No, we still got to name him.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
do.
name him this pod. We're gonna name him.
For sure. When she was like, "Come to San Diego and do this next event," were you battling that, or were you just
No.
like, "We're going"?
Dude, not at all, man. I was a single dude. I was out there crushing life, bro. I'm like, let's go anywhere. I was like, ready, you know. And like
Moose's name option is Gary, by the way. So far,
I'm into it. I think Gary's a great name. Can we put a photo? Insert photo of Moose here.
Okay, yeah, we'll do.
All right, perfect. So
you're single. You're going to San Diego.
yeah, dude, and like that started that year. I did 2 flights. You know, and that was year 1. That was 8 years ago. I did 2 flights. I mean, last year I did 117 flights.
That's wild.
When you did this thing, and I just started laughing. Do you remember when you shared your flight map from the year?
Yeah.
So
I do that sometimes.
So
I'm a Delta connoisseur, bro.
it's ridiculous. You know all the lounges. Your seats are insane,
Bro, I know all the GAs, the gate agents. I know them by name. Like I'll be walking through Atlanta. I'm like, "What's up, Elaine?" It's bad.
So they were trying to like knock Elon and Taylor Swift for crazy flights and all the different, like the amount of pollution that's in the
Yeah,
air,
right.
all that type of stuff. And then like 3 days later, I think it was one of your very first ones you posted, and I
Yeah.
just cackled in bed, and I showed my wife. I'm like, look at RanKan's flights, and she just rolls over and
Yeah.
stares, and we're like mesmerized. And it was also the miles were tracked. It was like
Yeah.
over 1 million miles or whatever it was for
Yeah.
the year. I'm like, this is absolutely insanity.
Yeah, I'm up there. I'm definitely up there. Delta treats me great. But I do carbon offset. I just want to put that cliff note in there. So
You do.
I do.
What are your thoughts on the Buffalo Airport?
Love the Buffalo Airport. I love it. Did you see the video of the guy driving the golf cart down the people mover? Like that's like the best place on earth.
Do you pick apart other airports and say, I wish we could just bring that into Buffalo?
No,
Like that feature of this airport would be really cool if we had that here.
can I tell you what I like about the Buffalo Airport?
Yeah.
I can leave my house and drive 30 minutes to the airport. I have TSA pre. I have clear. We now have clear. We have a badass clear, first of all. Our clear in our Buffalo Airport is different than other clears. I will tell you that straight up. We have now a kiosk at the TSA where you don't even have to like deal with the clear face scan anymore. You just go up to the kiosk and it scans your face there and a door opens. So like
sweet.
It's fast. So what I like about the Buffalo Airport is it doesn't matter. I wake up, I take the 4:50 a.m. flight from Buffalo to Detroit religiously. And I know I need to leave my house. I have a 30-minute drive. I get there 20 minutes before I board. It does not matter the weather. It doesn't matter what's happening at the airport. It doesn't matter how many shutdowns there are. I'm getting on my flight because it is so consistent at the Buffalo Airport. Okay? I go to Atlanta, I go to JFK, I go to Charles de Gaulle, and I mean, you name it, like big airports, Seoul, South Korea, disaster. Charles de Gaulle in Paris, worst airport in the entire world. Avoid it at all costs. It doesn't even make sense. The numbers are like, the gates are like 1, 17, 4. Like, it's just a disaster. Buffalo is so consistent. I can walk to my gate in 3.5 minutes. Timed. We got a Tim Hortons kiosks now.
Yeah.
It's great. So
I love that. I did have a wild experience in Europe in an airport, and that was the first time I got off a plane to the tarmac.
oh yeah,
In
into
Munich?
the bus. Oh yeah,
Into the
Oh,
bus, yeah.
yeah.
And-
That's Munich.
I was freaking out because there's no thing attached to the plane, and I'm waiting for that. So I'm in my seat, and this German dude
no
just
jet
walks
bridge.
up, yeah, and he's like, "Get off," and I just stare at him, and he's like, "Off," and I'm like, "Tarmac," and he goes, "Off." I'm like, okay, you don't have to say it again. So I just walk onto the tarmac. Do you have it down so everything is consolidated? Like, what's your luggage loadout for some of these events?
Dude.
How is that? Because if you're on a tarmac in a different country, I mean, you got to be freaking out.
We could do an entire pod on travel hacks. Like, if you wanted to like do a travel hack pod, I'm all for it. I could show you my pack out. I could show you my tips and tricks. I will never check a bag. Okay.
Yeah. I
am anti-bag check. I've had too many close calls, too many tight delays.
Do you just ship equipment?
No. What I send is a technical writer. So I tell the production companies what gear list I need, and then they have to source it. I don't even plug my gear in anymore. I walk in, it's set up on the table, and I'm ready to go. And when the gig's over, I walk away.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
We can do that for podcasts now. Just tell the people like, hey, RanKan,
bro, when I'm home,
3 mics, get 3 headphones.
Dude, I'll roadie you boys, dude. Let's send it. Like, let's go. Buffalo Happy Hour is on. We need a jingle, by the way.
That's all time. Yes, we do.
That'd be sick.
Courtesy. I'm gonna work on that.
All right. Love that. Love that.
So travel hacks, you have everything set up for you for the event. It's on them to supply it. That doesn't even sound like real life. And then you basically pre-build it in your office before you even leave.
Yeah, so I'll prep the show. There's obviously a lot of show changes that happen while I'm on site. But I'll prep the show during our creative calls. I send over a hospitality rider. I send over my technical requirements. And I always travel with a DJ assist, so I have an assistant that travels with me. And we get on site and we execute the show. And it's long hours, dude. I mean, we're on site for 12, 15-hour days, like four days in a row.
Yeah, but you've been doing that for 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary at this point, but it is like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it is, but it is. I mean, we're building a big show production.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if it's just you or you have one person helping you.
Yeah, so I always bring one person with me, and I have a great team now. I mean, I have 3 DJs on board, and I have 3 other show producers, so I can handle 3 corporate events in one weekend. In April, I have a gig in Portugal, I have a gig in Salt Lake City, and a gig in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we'll all disperse, we'll do the gigs, and then we'll come back.
That's
crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah, dude. And I would have never thought, like, you have that forecasting, right? Like, I DJ for Gary Vaynerchuk's VIP party, and I'm like, where can this go? You know, like, you don't know. Just like you don't know where the pod could go.
Yeah.
It's just you go where it goes where you take it, right?
Yeah, you're literally just riding the wave.
Yeah.
Imagine being that guy that didn't show up to that DJ gig, though, for Gary.
Nerd.
Yeah, right? What a missed opportunity, man. It sucks.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the
dude.
thing. You just went because you wanted to just attend his event in the first place, right? You didn't go just for that.
I went because I wanted to grow.
Right.
You know, I paid money to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
And then I DJ'd for free.
right.
That's invaluable,
It
man.
just opened the door.
So at what point in your career were you able to start turning down events that you didn't necessarily want to attend? Are you at that, like, obviously you're at that point now, but like, was there a wake up call where you're like, I don't want to do this type of event anymore because this was brutal?
No. Dude, I do everything with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
But like, I hustle, bro. Like, if I can do, there's times where I'm flying a DJ assist to a show that starts on a Thursday, and I'm playing an incentive trip for a company that ends on Thursday. So I'll fly from just one to the next, and he'll get on site and start prepping and like make sure that the gear's right and check me into my hotel and like do shit like that. So like I'll just bounce back and forth. I mean, dude, if I can do it, I'll do it for sure. And I mean, there are some things that I've said no to. Really funny story. I had the Mormon church contact me.
Really?
And they wanted me to DJ for them. And
What a set
Yeah,
list.
what would that be?
bro, dude, the fire, no one parties, dude. There were it was called the YSA event, okay, the Young Single Adults Convention, and there were 30,000 people there. Like, I wish I could input video of this. Like,
All Mormon. Oh, you went?
oh, I did it, dude. And like, this is
You don't turn down the Mormons, bro.
Yo, so this is the funny thing.
It's for the Lord, Derek.
Dude, you asked me about turning down events, right?
Yeah.
And like, I thought that this was going to be one that like I was going to have to turn down because I'm not Mormon. And I told them, I'm like, listen guys, like I'm not Mormon. I would love to come play your event. I don't know if that matters or not. And It didn't matter, dude. It did not matter. And I've done it 2 years in a row now. All right.
Come on. So this is recent.
Yeah, dude. I'm the Mormon Church
awesome.
DJ. I'm the official Mormon Church DJ.
Put that on your resume 10 years ago.
Dude.
Would you ever thought in Radio Club that you'd be the official DJ for the Mormon Church?
No. There's a lot of
awesome, man.
resume builders. I didn't think that would be a thing, dude. Like a lot.
That's incredible. What?
Yeah.
Now I've seen you doing Sabres games and stuff like that. Like, how do you have time for this stuff?
I give them my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, they'll reach out to me, the Buffalo Sabres, and they'll ask, like, they'll tell me dates that they want me for, and I'll just confirm dates that I'm home. And what's cool, I mean, the Sabres play during the week.
Sure.
I typically fly home Sundays, and I fly out on Wednesdays, Thursdays, depending on the gig. So I'm home for some of them.
So most of your gigs are weekend based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, how do you have time for that? Family's huge for you.
Huge.
How do you prioritize being present in that realm of your life?
It wasn't hard for me for a while. Like, I've made a ton of sacrifices, dude. I mean, this is what it takes, right? Like, people come to my house and they're like, "Oh man, you're lucky." Like, I'm like, the shit ain't luck, dude. It's like I've sacrificed. It's like, did I miss my dad's birthday party? Like his big birthday? Yeah, I did. I missed my friend's wedding, dude. My cousin was mad at me for months. I missed her wedding. It's like my best friends. I was a groomsman. I had to call him and tell him that, like, I can't stand up anymore. Like, imagine, like, some people, and it's not like me choosing work and money over like a memory like this, but like, I'm trying to build something serious, right? So, but family is really, really big for me. So in the beginning, I guess it wasn't as hard for me to make those decisions because I had a vision and an end in mind. Like I knew what I wanted. But now it's getting hard, dude. I'm a dad. I got a 1.5-year-old. Like, my girl, like, God bless her, dude. She has put up with me doing some, like, we had him 1.5 years ago, and 2 days later, literally 2 days later, I got on an airplane to go play a show. It's like, it's hard, right? And now it's getting harder and harder to leave. So, like, I don't want to stop traveling. I love it. But it's like, you got to find, I think balance is bullshit. I don't really know how to achieve it yet. I think that's something I'm struggling with. But, dude, when I'm home, I make my own schedule. I'm home when I want to be home. I see my son. I hang out with my family, and that's what I love. And I've been able to give them things that I wouldn't have been able to do if it wasn't for those sacrifices. So I think that's what makes it worth it.
Yeah, it's really cool, especially now with, I mean, one of the positives that came out of COVID was a lot of virtual stuff, and that's one of the things that you've been able to do now is virtual events. So, I mean, talk about balance and how that's struggling. That's a way that balance helps because now you can do virtual events like that.
Dude, COVID crushed me. Like, it was detrimental to my world, right? I mean, you gotta think about, my entire business is built on people. I had a nightclub downtown that I opened. It was the biggest, baddest nightclub in the city, right on Chippewa. I don't want to say the name because the people that currently own it screwed me over tremendously. And I had a thriving corporate DJ business that everything shut down. I went from crushing it to being like, how am I going to survive? And that's another one of those things that pivoted. It's like, dude, I got to do virtual shows. I got to build a studio. I got to call all my clients and tell them that we're going to keep their cultures together and we're going to culture build and we're going to push through this thing. And I ended up having one of the biggest years of my life during COVID, dude. It was the craziest thing doing virtual shows.
So for those that don't understand, because we have listeners from outside of Buffalo, cheers for everybody sitting here. But if you go on YouTube and you just type in like DJ setlist Prague, there'll be a dude with deck on a rooftop.
Yeah,
and
some
it's like
people
a
behind him.
9 hour. Yeah, and it's like a 9 hour set list.
Yeah.
It's like that, but different. So can you explain like what that actually looks like? Because and some of the numbers behind it to quantify how large that space is for your business.
Are you talking about
like streams and things
on YouTube streaming? Yeah. I wish I got into it earlier, and I think it's something I'm still very interested in. I don't stream anything. So when I'm doing a virtual event, it's not open to the public. It's behind a pay gate. But
Smart. We would do everything for free.
Correct.
That's why we fail.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice
But
job, dude. Way to go.
it's hard to fail, though, as we talked about.
I'm not even talking about, dude, you guys got to understand, like, this is the misconception, though. Like, I am not a famous DJ, dude. Like, this is the thing. If I was going to go DJ for myself, I would have to do it for free.
Right. But you have more than 2,000 followers on Instagram.
Correct.
So
fair.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah, sulking
not
that.
many more, dude.
Sulking
Not
that.
many more. But this is the thing. I'm doing these virtual shows for companies, and the companies are selling tickets to the show.
Right.
So that's why it's behind their pay gate, not mine. I wish I made money on those tickets, but I don't. So, but the streaming world's insane right now. Dude, like if I could hire a full-time video crew to just follow me around day in, day out, dude,
waiting
We
for
got
that.
him right here, man.
bro,
Come on.
I have a senior living building I bought in 2021.
I want to figure out how to bring that up. So thank you for bringing that
Okay.
up. We have to talk about that. That was
All right.
the most random thing I've ever seen.
Dude, I am on a side quest king, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're keeping up with Snoop Dogg.
Yo, it's if I could turn this place into a Bravo TV show,
Don't tell my wife.
it would crank. Like one of my best friends is Whitney Rose from Bravo. She's on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She came here. She came here for a week. I took her to a Bills game. We had a great time. I took her to Angle Park Senior Apartments. Okay. Angle Park Senior Apartments. I've nicknamed it. My tenants, if they watch this, they're going to get pissed. It's in love. I call it the Wrinkle Ranch. That's what I would name the TV show. Okay.
Awesome.
It's a 55 and up living community. The people that live there are not that old, but it's just like the joke. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it's a senior living building. Like you got to walk through life with some fun.
Yes.
Okay. The things that happen in this building are insane. I have pulled through the parking lot 2:00 in the morning and I have found a passed out tenant just like drunk by the dumpster, like crazy. I had a delivery guy. This is probably one of the craziest videos I've ever posted on my Instagram story. This like Uber Eats driver came in, took a full blown shit in his pants and like kicked a log out into my foyer. What? Right. And I have the security tape of it and I posted it. And I'm like, when I find you, I will kill you. I was like, right. Like this dude shit in my foyer in my building. Right. You name it, it goes down. And like I do all the maintenance there. Like last week I picked a pink toothbrush out of the P-trap of a toilet. Like it's insane. The things that happen, the drama there, the clicks are crazy.
How did this all happen?
Funny you ask. So no, it's actually not that funny of a story. So during COVID, 2021, off the tail end, I saw a ton of people like lose their loved ones in senior buildings. They couldn't see them. A lot of people passed away alone, and it really hurt me. I watched my grandmother pass away. I lost all my grandparents. I've had a lot of loss in my life, but watching people over the pandemic pass away alone.
Yeah, it's different.
It hurt me, dude, and it didn't even impact me, but I had a heart for that. I was like, I want to have a space where people can just live, just not have any regulations like that. You know, family can come and go. You know, my oldest tenant at one time was 106.
Wow.
It was awesome, dude. He was great. And then it got deeper for me. I was able to figure out that I can provide affordable senior housing. And a lot of our seniors live on fixed income. So, dude, my rents include everything. Like 54 channels of TV. I pick their garbage up doorside 2 times a week. They don't have any bills. They pay one bill and it's rent and it's $950 a month.
Wow. How did you all, like, what's the back end to that?
So there was a guy that built this building in 1997. My dad met him. My dad owns a boat repair business, Rocky Bottom Prop Shop. He fixes boats. This guy, Richard, built the building in 97. It was on tax credit dollars. He started getting a little older. He wanted to offload it. He told my dad he wanted to offload it. And my dad in his shop was like, don't list it until you talk to my son. And I literally bought it.
That's sick.
How does
Yeah.
that? So what is the back
I don't
end?
know how else
That's
to
so
say
cool.
it, dude.
Dude, this is okay. We've never talked to somebody in this space before, so
Correct.
that this is a first for us. What does the back end look like with New York State? Like, because it's not
On purchasing real estate or on senior living?
senior living, because it's not. It's from what you're saying, different from what kind of everyone thinks it is, like Autumn Meadows or whatever that place is on Route 20 in Hamburg.
Yeah, I mean, there's no nurses, there's no aides, right? So like we gotta set the tone of what this
Yeah,
place is.
yeah.
This is an independent 55 and up living building.
Got it.
So you just have a massive multi-unit.
It's it's pretty big.
Yeah, so it's a massive multi-unit, and you're the landlord.
And it-
for like sake
Yes.
of conversation, so it makes sense to people's heads.
Yes, correct. But it is extremely niched for 55 and up. You have to make under $46,000 a year to live there. It's not that I'm regulated by New York State. It's just that the building was built with tax credits in 1997 with a regulatory agreement to provide a very specific product to a very specific group of individuals. And that happens to be seniors. And I love it.
Got it.
It's very fulfilling to me.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And you don't have all the rigmarole and like bureaucratic red tape and all these different
No.
codes and whatever.
Nope. Yeah, no, I don't. And like what's great too is like a lot of people, you know, they have Medicaid, they have health insurance. So there's still like nurses that come in bi-weekly or 2 times a week, 3 times a week for whatever needs that they may have. But it's not like we have a medical staff. We don't need it.
Dude,
That's
that's
so
so cool.
Yeah, it's great, dude. It's a great spot.
It's, yeah. And how far is it from, not your house per se, but like where you,
Dude, I'm 20-minute ride to work when I go there. I run all my businesses out of that building right now.
Yeah.
I have a new acquisition in the heart of East Aurora that I may move my operational office to because it's a little bit closer to my house. But it's 15 minutes to work. It's right on the corner of Southwestern Boulevard and Angle Road. There's a Leo's Pizzeria that's right there.
Oh yeah.
It's right across the street.
oh, no kidding.
Yeah. It's a big white
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've passed it a gajillion times.
Yeah, dude, if you see my truck, stop in. I got beers in the fridge.
Yeah, partying with the 55-year-old. Love it.
Dude, we have a great time. I have a video of I brought all these DJ lights in and I played Juvenile, back that ass up. Dude, they're dancing on the tables. Like,
Do you watch Landman? Have you watched Landman?
love Landman.
There's that when Angela goes and does that whole senior living thing.
Dude.
That's all I'm thinking of.
Yo,
right now.
I'm sitting on my couch getting so many ideas. I'm like, holy shit, dude, I gotta rent a van. I gotta take these people to a strip club. I gotta call all my stripper friends. I'm like, dude, we gotta do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so sick.
I'm probably gonna do it. No, but we do fun shit. Like they go to the casino.
That's so
Like we'll rent a bus. They'll go.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you're involved in.
Yeah.
yeah. So this new venture.
Yeah, let's talk about the new
that.
venture.
Let's do it. So there's a little slice of joy on the corner of Hamlin and Main Street in East Aurora. It's called Misters. Misters. The logo's a mustache.
Love it.
Love it. I never wanted to own another bar after how poorly my last one ended. And I had plans for this space. It's a 16,000 square foot building right on the corner of Main Street. I wanted the real estate, and I still have dreams for the building of what it could be. But when I did the deal, it came with the bar, and my plan was to run the bar for just a few months, help me carry some of the carry costs of the property, and then I was going to close it. And this is, you guys are hearing this first. I mean, this is breaking. Like, there's people in the East Auroran Facebook page that are still like the mystery owner of Misters. Like, nobody really knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, this has been hidden. Even in the press release, when the purchase of the building, it says in the press release that the owner chooses to remain anonymous. So I'm breaking this with you guys right now.
Oh,
Dude,
look
thank
at
you.
that,
You don't
dude.
have to do that.
All right.
Thank you.
So I had to run the bar for 4 months. The bar was shit, like not doing any business at all. The reputation was terrible in town. And it's been 11 weeks And it has been one hell of a ride, dude. It has been so fun. Mister's is back. And I don't really know what other way to say it, but it's really something different over there that I've curated. And I think that I've taken a lot of these ideas from places that I've seen traveling, and I've just kind of built this product, I guess I'll call it.
It's an environment.
It is an environment, but it's different. Like, you see Misters online, like most people are very, like businesses, they'll go comment on like a comment. Like someone has a complaint, you know what I mean? Let's just say it was too crowded in there, right? Someone would be like, oh, I'm so sorry you didn't have a good time. Like, I lean into it. Like Misters, the brand of Misters is kind of rude in a way. Like, it's like we're here for fun at this point. Like you're walking in, we want to make everybody happy. We're providing experience. There's nobody in the city doing what we're doing there. I have a hot dog tower on my menu. I love talking about the hot dog tower. Dude, it's all Salon's hot dogs. This thing comes out with sparklers, melted cheese on top, and like bottle service is out, bro. Like hot dog service is in, and it's a riot, dude. Like, it's so much fun. We're doing group experience shows every weekend, Friday and Saturdays.
So please expand on that, because there's sit-down dinners that are accompanied by a show.
Yeah.
Historically in places like Vegas, and it's very showy.
Yeah.
It's very in your face. It's borderline scandalous, and you're trying to figure out, like, is it okay if I lean into this or not? Like, what does society say? What am I supposed to do? And it pushes that framework. The fact that that exists in Buffalo is, first of all, tremendous.
It is.
And secondly, it's very niche. And there are other business owners that we've sat down, talked with, and they said, we pulled from exactly what you said. I pulled from other places that I've been, and I said that this doesn't exist in Buffalo. We need it. It could be a beer garden. That was a big push during the craft brewing. Like, a beer garden is massive in other places around the world. Nothing is here. Let's do it. Done. It boomed. It's, exceeded. Justin Hartman did the same thing at Hartman's. He pulled from...
Crushed it.
Yeah, speakeasies across the map of New York, downstate. And he goes, we need to bring this here. It's refreshed. It's modern. It's clean. Let's do that. And when Hartman's first opened, everyone's like, this is way different than Buffalo. Like,
Bananas,
like stuff opens, like you have garage doors that just roll up, and then Riverworks blew out walls, and it's like, what is happening? Like, this is so much more invasive into the overall space, and it's very welcoming. So you're bringing these shows to a dinner, and then you're taking something simple as a Salem's hot dog, and adding a flair to it, and you're recreating the wheel without recreating the wheel.
Dude, so like, sorry about that. So I'm looking at what I have in this space, right? I mean, I have a massive dining room floor. If you've been to East Aurora, you know that the bars that survive in East Aurora are small taverns. A couple of my great friends, want to shout them out, Joe and Andy own Main and Hamlin next door. They do not fit a lot of people in there, but there is always people there. You put 100 people in Mister's and it feels like nobody's there. You put 100 people in Main and Hamlin, and it is the absolute spot to be. It's elbows to assholes. You cannot walk through that place. And I'm like, how am I going to make this giant space feel populated? Like, it's just very, very hard to do. So I'm like thinking about it. The current business model that was running there was not working at all. It felt institutionalized. The lights were very bright. The sound system sucked. The stage had a rail in front of it. It was just like live band stage. And I'm in that circuit from doing radio. Like, I have the connections for talent buying. And I had a great idea. I was like, I'm going to try. My first ever show was a dueling piano show. I'm like, I'm going to route this dueling piano show in. I'm going to sell 21 tables. I fired the entire staff there and hired all new staff. I put a beautiful brand new sound system in that's zoned. The bowling alleys have brand new speakers. The game room arcade has speakers. The bar has speakers. The dining room and the stage area. It's all zoned. It sounds sick. And I sold it out. And I had all these servers serving bar food at a piano show. And I built the menu. The show is on Friday. I started building the menu Thursday at noon. I finished it at 1 o'clock in the morning. The day of the show, I drove to Alma Printing Press, and my good friends over there printed me 100 copies of my menu. And I called Cisco, my food company, like 3 days prior. I'm like, I need wings. I need fingers. I need burgers. I want real burgers, not smash burgers. I want like good food. Mister's food before, I think the common consensus is that it fell off the wagon. I think the food wasn't very good. Dude, our food is banging now. Like, I have a legit chef in the kitchen making bar food, and the reviews have been incredible. So now it's like these shows, like, I don't want people to think like I'm doing like burlesque or anything like that. Like, that's not the shows that I'm doing. Just this past weekend, I had a sold out Morgan Wallen tribute show. And it was like a full-blown country honky-tonk in there. And this is actually a really funny story. I had 21 tables. Well, I tried out a new ticketing platform. They sold 21 tickets. I also sold 21 tables, so I had 42 total tables sold. I didn't own 42 tables, so I had to remove all of my big 21 bowling alley tables that were in there before, and I had to go get 42 smaller tables to accommodate the show. And we're not just selling, like, you think of a table, it's like 4 top tables. We're selling 12 tops, 10 tops, 8 tops, 6 tops. I sat 360 people all at 6 o'clock for this Morgan Wallen show, all at once. And then all the servers start taking food. I'm on the microphone, hyping people up. I'm like, this is not your average dinner show. Get ready. Like, we're having fun. Get ready for the hot dog towers to come out. We're going to turn this into a honky tonk. Like, it was bananas, dude. And like, this place is cranking. It's back, but it's back in a different way.
That's insane.
That's so much fun, though.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So I just like, now I have all these crazy ideas. I got a Poison show coming up. And
oh my God.
I got...
Where... like the Morgan Wallen, the Poison show, where are you getting those ideas from? Is that like what's...
Dude, I'm routing like... So I did math. All right. I know I wasn't good at math, but I can figure out...
I thought you said meth at first. I'm like, all right, maybe we cut that part
Never
out.
have done that, but math.
Okay.
And I just did a simple algorithm of like, how big of a show can I do in this space? If I sell it out, will I lose money? And it's like, Mister's isn't even about making money for me at this point. Like the building, I just wanted the building, and like we have this fun bar now, and it's like I think that's why people like it, because it's like not that serious. Mm-hmm. Like you go in Mister's and like it's just like the vibe is not that serious, but like it's fun. So I did the math and I was like, I can support a band or a show that a casino would pay for.
That's so sweet.
So I'm routing in these shows, these casino acts, and I'm just grabbing them en route, and I'm stopping them into little East Aurora Misters. They play the one night, and away they go. And like I had a show, the Country Divas. I flew them in from out of town. These 5 girls, dude, got them hotel rooms at the Hampton Inn in East Aurora, and they put on this country woman tribute show to all the like the ladies of country. Show was freaking awesome, dude. I'm like doing different stuff. I'm doing like odd things. But it's working. People are coming.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So these, where do you advertise this stuff? I mean, you have your personal Instagram, but like
my
what?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Really? That's how people buy tickets?
Dude, yeah, I just like, I'm on eventbrite.com, and, you know, I put the ticket link up, and people are, it's so interesting to me too, because like the algorithm doesn't allow people to see, like if you go on Facebook and you type in a date and a time, Facebook throttles the amount of people that can see it because they want the advertising dollars. So that's been a hard point for me. I have spent some advertising money just like launching events. Like I'll run a $200 ad to launch dueling pianos. Mm-hmm. So it gets out there, but now I'm doing simple data collection, email blast lists and things like that to help really promo at this point.
Man, that's insane.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good for you, dude.
It's been cool. So I don't know what we're going to do with the building. I do like the speakeasy idea. I think that, there's 8 bowling lanes there. I think that really sexy bowling alley speakeasy. Like imagine if you built a bar down the entire 60-foot length of a bowling alley.
That'd be sweet.
And like you could just sit there and watch the ball go down the alley from a totally different angle. Like no one's used to seeing that angle of bowling. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that there's some room for fun over there. Ideas.
Really
or have the back end, all the mechanicals of the bowling alley, at least be visible.
Yeah.
You know, so you can see that and you can watch the pins get lifted by all of the robotics, all of it.
I almost got my arm torn off.
Those things are epic, man.
They're terrifying, to be honest.
They're epic.
Yeah, and
it's cramped back there. You basically have like a very small alley to walk on and to maintenance all of the lanes.
Dude, the lanes there are from the 60s and they're Brunswicks. So like for me, when I closed on the building, I was like, who the hell's going to maintain these things? Like it took me like a month and a half to find a lane mechanic that could fix them. And they were held together by zip ties and super glue beforehand.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad.
Where did you find this person?
Just networking, just like word of mouth. The guy that was doing it didn't want to do it anymore. He was getting up there. Like he was old and pretty fragile. He should move into Angle Park.
See? You got a place for him though.
Yeah, you got a full circle, man.
Dude, it's great. I can't wait to move in. I love that place, dude. So, but yeah, I mean, the lanes are old, and they need some TLC, but I mean, everything can get brought back to life. I think that the backspace could, you know what, dude? People call Misters all day. Hey, are the bowling lanes open? We want to come bowl. Yeah, they're open. No one comes.
Well, let's change that. If you want to bowl, reach out, set up an actual time, and show up.
Right.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's better than driving all the way into West Seneca to go to Strikers and deal with some old, weird, like, I don't know, social club that's also already got half of the lanes already booked.
We don't even charge for shoe rental.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean? Like, come and have a good time.
Are they sterile?
Dude, they're brand new. Our shoes are beautiful.
See? This is the stuff people care about.
Right?
Well, that's coming from a guy that literally is doing this because he wants to do it and not trying to make money like you just said. Like, this isn't meant to be one of the biggest money pits in the world where you're just raking it in. You just want people to have a good time, which I think shows eventually.
Right. And I think that when there comes a time that I'm like, it's not working, or maybe, you know, the people aren't standing behind it anymore, then I'll execute the plan that I originally had for the building. But for now, I think I'm just going to keep this party rolling, dude. We're having a great time.
What was the original intention of not or being anonymous? Was it because you were planning other stuff?
Yeah. There's a couple reasons. Like, I love the guerrilla marketing behind it. Yeah. Like, I posted, they're like, who's the new owner on Misters? And I would comment from Misters. I'm like, my new dad's so cool. Like, I'm just trolling from like the Misters page, and it's been so much fun. But I think the other thing about it too is just like the uncertainty, like people asking questions about, are you going to tear the bowling lanes out? They're like antique lanes. Like, people love that the lanes are there. They just don't use them.
Sure.
And just not having the answers to the questions. I think the anonymity.
Yeah. Anonymity. Yeah. See, you got it.
Was great for that. And it's still anonymous until this comes out.
Right.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I liked it.
Maybe we can cut this whole last 15 minutes.
No, dude,
you
can send it, bro. You can send it. It's been great.
So obviously you have a lot on your plate. I mean, you in addition to everything that you're doing, you're renovating your house. You just always seem like you have an Instagram story ready to go up that's just like doing something. I don't ever see you relax.
Dude, I'm a handy guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I started another brand called RanKan's Garage. And it started off, I was buying giant overstock pallets of like Amazon return packages. Funny story, by the way, I picked up my Amazon return packages once and I had them on my trailer. I turned right onto Transit Road from Clinton Street to go to Angle Park Senior Apartments. And they all fell off the trailer. And so imagine hundreds of Amazon boxes with random people's names on them all over the sidewalk, or like in the middle of the road, like 5 lanes wide. I'm driving down the road in my truck. This dude pulls up next to me like a mile down the road. He's like, amigo, your packages are all over the street. So I'm like, I turn around. I'm like, holy shit, I'm missing a whole tote of like boxes, dude. So I turn the truck around and I go back, and there's just people all over with just boxes in their hands, like packages. Like, people are picking them up. Yeah, dude. So like, I'm like, drop that package. So I'm like throwing them in the bed of my truck and like trying to like repackage them up. And then the cops show up, dude. They're like, freeze. Like, guns drawn, everything. They're like, we finally got him. I'm like, you got who, dude? Like, what are you talking about? They're like, you've been stealing Amazon packages, right? I'm like, no. I guess there was like a thief in like Lancaster, Depew area that was like hijacking Amazon packages. If you guys don't know, it's just a town down the street. But like, you know, Amazon, or like the stoop thief, right?
Yeah.
They thought it was me. So I had to like prove to them that like I was actually the legal owner of these returned Amazon packages, which was really, really funny. But I was selling these packages, dude. I was doing live streams on my RanKan's Garage Instagram, opening this shit live, like taking bids for it. I was like, who wants this? It's a brand new Golden Delta sink for your kitchen. Like just like random stuff. And I was just reselling it. I was having so much fun. I still love it. So RanKan's Garage has evolved into just like my projects, and I started a TikTok and an Instagram, and it's not anything big right now, but
How are you like not exhausted all the time?
dude, I just love it, bro. Like I drink 1 cup of coffee a day. I've never touched a drug in my life. I've never smoked weed. I've never done anything like that. And I just like am high on life. Like I'm going to die someday, dude.
Right.
I'm going to die. Like I got to be vertical. I got to go get it while I can. I feel good. I have my health. Like I'm just high energy. Just
That's
after
insane. That's such a good message for everybody to hear.
It's also just a lot of fun. Like you've found ways to ignite your inner child and just find the next fun thing. Like it was one thing to run around the woods. Also, you still have that ability, which
I got some woods around here.
yeah, there's a little bit of woods, but it's just it's awesome. It's a lot of fun and it's really authentic.
Thanks, bro. I'm always like trying to like try different stuff, right? Like dude, if I could tell you the amount of things I've failed at, I have so many really wild stories too. Like we could have just like a whole pod full of just like epic DJ tales of the crypt. You know what I mean? But like, and a lot of wins and a lot of failures and losses. But I mean, selling Amazon packages was a win, dude. I never lost money on any of them. Like if you're out there hustling, there's another Gary Vaynerchuk thing actually, dude. He's a big yard saler.
Yeah. There's a lot of money in yard sales and estate sales.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just like the little fun side quests.
So for the music side of your life, I have a follow-up question that I find very interesting. There's very, very famous, well-known producers that don't listen to the radio.
Right.
Because they don't want it to impact their own creative element.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
So that basically answers my question. Are there times where you might be in a flow, or you're just kind of, you have an idea and you're piecing it together for a corporate event and you're just in silence while driving? Because a lot of your day is
so
between
funny you
different
say that,
events,
dude.
or like you're flying and you're like, I'm not, for some reason, randomly, I'm in this creative thought process bubble is like the only way to really explain that. Derek does that with editing. He gets in like a weird state and like nothing really like impedes it. He's just like rocking things out and he's just in front of his computer and he's just doing his thing. I get that where I'll randomly be able to write extremely well. And then I always use that ability opportunity to just write like a letter for my wife. And I'm like, here, like just, it's what I was trying to articulate from like 3 years ago, but like I finally was able to get it out. Do you do that with music where you're in a state and you say, you know, I have to shut it out because I'm able to kind of piece things together?
Dude, it's so funny you bring that up. Like I am the king at raw dogging a flight. Okay. Which means no screen, no movies, no music. I'm like AirPods on from the second I sit in my seat, noise cancellation on, and I just am zoned out, like turned off. And I think it all started too when I was like leaving the clubs at 4 o'clock in the morning. I would drive home in silence. Mm-hmm. Like it's just too much. And it's really hard for DJs too. I think the number one thing a DJ has a problem with is like the decomp coming down, like the decompression afterwards. Like you're on stage in front of thousands of people doing a show, and I finish the party at 11 p.m. and I got to be back on stage at 7 a.m. Dude, I have a hard time going to bed. I'm jumping up and down. It's like silence is so key for me. So, dude, if it has a motor in it outside of like my motorcycle, I don't listen to music, which is weird to think about. But if I'm in my house, I listen to it. I have it in the background. I also don't listen to music that you would think I would listen to. Like I'm playing all the biggest club jams and dance EDM music, party hits, anthems, things like that. Dude, I'm in my car, bro. I'm listening to like Zach Top, Zach Bryan. Like I moved out to the country. I watched Yellowstone. I bought this after. It was like I bought my first Carhartt. Like I loved that world, and I hated country growing up, and now I love it. And like I grew up riding on the back of my dad's motorcycle. Like if I listen to the radio, I listen to 97 Rock, you know, which is a local radio station, classic rock music. And I guess that's another form of me tuning it out, is that I just don't listen to what you'd think I'd listen to.
Yeah.
It's really cool watching you kind of evolve over the last little bit. I mean, we've known each other for a while.
I know, yeah.
And seeing you progress through all of this stuff has been crazy, because kind of going back to you trying to find a new avenue, so you're getting out of the club at the right time and all that stuff. It's always been really interesting to pinpoint who you are, but like, you know who you are, but like also, are you a club guy? Are you a wedding DJ guy? Are you a corporate event guy? It's been really cool watching you grow as a person.
Thanks. You know what's funny? Like, people will follow me from a corporate event, and they're like, oh, the DJ, we're going to follow the DJ, right? And then I get home the next day, and they see me fixing a wax ring on a toilet. and I've literally have gotten messages. They're like, are you the dude that DJ'd our event? Like we expected to see something else. And it's just like, dude, I literally live two different lives. And I think that's what helps keep my passion for it as well. Like I'm not completely engulfed in this world of, you know, DJing. Like I love that I get to come home and live a different life. And then I get to go on an airplane and like live that rock star life too. And it's really, really refreshing, I think is the word for it.
What's next? Is there anything coming up next that you want to shout out, or are you just trying to keep everything running that you have?
Everything that I have running right now is like cranking, dude. It's got steam. I mean, I'm doing a ton of shows over at Mister's. If you go on Google and type in Mister's East Aurora events, my list of shows comes up, and they're all like fun dinner shows. They're interactive. I have some awesome talent coming to town. And the DJ stuff is great. I'm booked all the way through 2027 now. I'm still taking dates. And now I think I think that my future, the rain's crazy.
Pouring
right now.
again.
Pouring.
Yeah.
I think looking forward of where I want my life to be and how to reverse engineer it, I think that I need to build a residual income of some sort for myself to offset my DJ income at some point. And I still have like 20 years in me, dude. Like I'll travel and play corporate shows for another 20 years. I know that. But it's like, at what point does a company not, want to not hire me anymore?
Sure.
Like, will there be the next greatest corporate entertainer? I'm sure that there will be. So that's why I'm really heavily focused on real estate right now. Like I love commercial real estate. I have a great mentor that has taught me a lot of things. And that's like where I'm dumping all my energy into.
That's so cool.
Happy for you, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Thanks, bro. I'm just one day at a time, And I'm a dad.
I know.
I think the dad life, dude. I'm gonna have a daughter soon.
It's so fun, isn't it?
I didn't want to be a dad. Now I want to be a dad. I'm ready for more.
What made you change having the first one?
Dude, I feel bad, dude. Like my girl is a saint, and she always wanted to be a mom. And I knew that if I was going to be a dad, I'd want to do it with someone that would just be an awesome mom.
Yeah.
And like she deserves so much credit. But we couldn't get pregnant. We had to do IVF. So we made 22 little babies in Petri dishes and went down that IVF journey. And I was really, really terrified to do it, but I was doing it because I loved her. And I didn't want to be a dad. She wanted nothing more than to just be a mom. She was going to leave me because she wanted to be a mom. And I would expect her to do that. It's like you chase your dream, right? And I just decided, I was like, if you're going to be a mom, I want it to be with me. So I'm going to help you make, some embryos, and we can start the IVF journey with you and whatever. So I ended up having my son. And I think through the entire pregnancy, I was terrified. Like 9 months, I was like, almost like, I don't know if resentful's the right word, but like, I was like, my freedom's going to be gone. And I was a little bit passive aggressive towards her over the fact that like, I was afraid I was going to lose myself becoming a dad. Like I loved traveling. I loved my business. I loved my friends. And I had a big boat that I was living on in the summertime and partying on. And it was like, I was going to lose all those things. And then he was born. And then for like 2 months, we had this little baby that was like latched onto mom, and I didn't really have a great connection with him. I think, you know, as a dad, it comes a little bit later, I've learned. And then it just like hit me like a ton of bricks, dude. Like when he started smiling a little bit and looking at me and like I could make him laugh and like I formed this little relationship with him, I was just like, I think I'm meant to be a dad.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it wild?
Dude, it is the most insane thing on earth. And like, if anybody's listening to this right now and they're on the fence about being a father, it is the greatest gift that I have ever been given. Like better than boats or girls or like traveling on an airplane. Like I can do that with him eventually. Like I can bring him wherever, you know, like it's badass, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like now is like the most precious time of my life, I think. Before he was born, I was like, oh, the best years of my life are like the Mojo's days, like partying down, like 2010 was sick, right? And now it's like, dude, I'm like, I've worked so freaking hard and I have this baby and another one on the way, and I can't wait to just give him and show him life. So
It also helps because when he smiles, he kind of looks like you.
dude, he looks
a lot like you.
he looks just like me, and like I see myself in him, and I want greatness for him. You know,
I think a lot of it is you're shifting into legacy.
yeah, and it's like, what is everything for?
Correct.
Right? Like we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and like how we choose to spend them is up to you. But it's like before I was spending them for myself, and like now it's like I'm like, holy shit, like I can like build something and like leave something to somebody. It's like before it was like selfishness, and like now it's like completely has shifted my mindset. Like I've had a complete paradigm shift. So
And with a girl, it's amplified. Just to let you know.
yeah, I'm gonna be a girl dad, dude, and
It's amazing.
I hope it. I think it's gonna soften me up a little bit.
Oh, 100% it will.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. And they look identical to you because you don't carry them. So they look like their dad initially and then morph into their mom. So
I can't wait, bro.
Yeah.
Look at my face, dude. I'm so excited to be a dad.
it's awesome. But yeah, we still get it where like my daughter, she's 2.5. She's going to be 3 in June. And now she's getting to a point where like, oh, there's, her mom. Now I see it. But she was literally my twin for the longest time. Like,
Is everything dada? Is it like, is she like dad?
Mine is
depends.
like data for everything.
yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
Like now my daughter's kind of like whoever she wants, or she'll trip up. Like she just gets so excited and so happy that she'll just like bite you because she doesn't know what else to do.
Yeah, I
Like she's
love
still
it.
developing.
Yeah.
And then she'll get so excited to speak, she'll forget that you're dad. So she'll call you mom, and then she'll correct herself,
Love it.
and then say, "Oh, dad," and now I want this, and it's just like it's cute, and you just stand there and smile, and you're like, you're a train wreck, like you're just an emotional train wreck.
Have you noticed in your kids at all like them picking up on a hobby or a trait at a young age? Like, do you have that? Because like I don't. Like I have not noticed that with my son. My son is a Tasmanian devil. He's like a hurricane through my house. But like I wish that I was given a pair of turntables when I was 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mine is because I do it all the time, golf. So we got her little plastic golf set, and like I'm a golfer. If anyone's golfing at home, you know that you do practice swings in the house. Like that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So she's at the dinner table and she's going like this, like swinging like I am. And it was funny because the first time that this happened was the other day where she was like Bluey. And I'm like, okay. So I put Bluey on and she goes, no, golf. So then I turned Bluey off and we put on golf and she loved it. She just
No
sat there with her
way.
snack and we just watched golf for a couple hours. It was so cool. So that's her thing. I think that she'll be a golfer.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer. Like when my son hits like the 2-year mark, like he's just starting to talk and like he's running around, but like I just want to put things in front of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like see like what he's keen at. Like my son could be the greatest guitar player known to man, and we'll never know until he picks up a guitar.
Correct.
So it's like I think that's what I would advocate for parents too. Like just let your children try things and enable them to do so. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, I don't know, cool stuff.
Yeah, really cool. Well, Ryan, anything else you want to talk about? I mean, this has been awesome. I'm really happy that we were able to sit down with you and kind of get the
Me
backstory.
too. No, dude, it's been great, bro. Like I'm saying, like, I mean, I could sit here until 3 o'clock in the morning and just have great conversations with you guys. So, I mean, I'm honored to be able to be on your pod. I think it's great.
Thank you.
I loved having you guys over. You're more than welcome anytime. Like and subscribe if you guys watching right now. Okay. And also, if you're watching this clip, reshare it to your stories.
There you go.
Like clipping up, right? No, dude, that's it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Appreciate you so much. Go check him out. What's your Instagram?
At DJ RanKan, RanKan, pretty much everywhere. You can also go on a little side quest and look for RanKan's Garage.
There you go. And what's the senior living place?
Dude, Angle Park Senior Apartments.
And then one more time for everybody. Do the Kiss 98.5 voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't even do it.
Yeah, you can't do it
All
with a
right.
straight face.
Rocking right now inside Dragonfly Nightclub, the #1 place to party inside of a $5 million casino. You want to get on the guest list, pick up the phone, dial the number 905-356-4691. It's Friday night. You are live to air inside the Kiss Mix. Let's go.
They're going to call you immediately and say, we need you back.
Dude,
on
they're
an
closed,
internship.
bro. They're closed. They're closed.
That's crazy.
Dragonfly shut down.
No, I'm saying Kiss.
Oh, Kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Janice
call you
Snyder
back.
retired, right?
Dude, she did. She's having her retirement party. Not sure when it is.
Are you going?
But I haven't received my invite yet.
It's a little tea for the Bravo TV show.
All right, Janet, if you're watching this, where's my invite?
Love it, man.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank everybody. Go follow him. This has been awesome, Ryan. Thank you so much for everything.
Thanks, bro. I'll see you
Appreciate it.
guys soon.